Welcome to Romeo Maths and Science class. In our previous video, we studied how to take bearings. We are going to apply it to solve these questions on the board. Now, I'm going to solve question number 1 so that to solve question number 2 to 3. Don't forget, this is what we call distance bearing because distances have been given to us in the question. First of all, from the question, we have the bearing, all right? So it's good for you to write this down. Bearing of P from Q is given as 240 degrees, all right? And the distance between P and Q is 36 kilometers. Nicely. Again, you write this one down. Bearing of X from P, that one too is 315, all right? And the distance is also given as 55 kilometers. So we are going to use this information to draw our diagram. Let us see how we can draw our diagram now. So first of all, we take our cardinal point nicely. Okay, we locate our north pole. We take a bearing of 240 degrees from the north pole in clockwise direction. So from here to here will be 90, 180. From here, I need to cut 60 at this quadrant because 60 plus 180 will give us 240. So this, I have this nicely. Then where it ends, you draw another cardinal point. Don't forget, the angle here will be 60 degrees. The distance will be 36 kilometers, all right? And here will be P, and we'll have our Q here. But don't forget that the whole bearing is 240 degrees, as we can see from the question. Again, at P, we take a bearing of what? 315, all right? So from here to here is 90, 180, 270. Here, I need to cut 45 because 45 plus 270 will give us 315 degrees. So I need to take my direction nicely. Now, this line has to be longer than this line because the distance we have is 55 kilometers. And don't forget that the angle here, that is from here to here, is going to be 45 degrees. But the whole angle here will be 315 degrees. All right. We need this 45 in our calculation. All right. After that, we join X to Q so that we can form our triangle. So we join it nicely as we can see. Now, we need to form one of the interior angles, which will tell us the nature of the triangle. If we form it and it's 90 degrees, then it means the triangle is a right angle triangle. So we can use Pythagoras theorem to find our XQ. So let's see what we are going to get for the angle. So how can we form the angle within the triangle? The angle here is 45. Therefore, the remaining angle here too will be 45 degrees. This angle, which is 60 here, will alternate to this angle, which will be 60 degrees. Therefore, angle XPQ is going to be 45 degrees plus 60 degrees, which we are going to have 105 degrees, which means that the triangle is not a right angle triangle. Therefore, how can we solve for XQ? We need to use our cosine rule. So we write using cosine rule, all right? Using cosine rule. How can we use the cosine rule? The line that we are looking for, which is our QX or XQ, we start with the line. So we say that QX squared should be equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. So QP squared plus XP squared, all right, minus, our minus is constant, multiplying 2 multiplying distance QP, multiplying distance XP, cos. Now we need to put an angle here, and the angle will be where this line XQ is facing this angle. So that is the angle we are going to put here. The angle this line is facing, which is 105 degrees. So this is the cosine rule. Now let us fix our values into this formula and see what we are going to get. So 36 squared plus 55 squared minus 2 multiplying 36, 55 cos 105 degrees. We take our time to simplify this, all right? 36 squared will give us 1296. 55 squared will give us 3025. Now we are going to multiply this. Minus 2 times 36 times 55. And that will give us minus 3960 cos 105 degrees. At this level, what do we do next? We fix everything into our calculator, all right? And that will give us 53, all right? 5345 point, let's say to 4 decimal place, 9234. At this level, what do we do next? Our qx squared, all right? Let's say qx will be equal to square root. We find square root of this. 5345.9234. And our qx, when we find square root of this, we are going to get 73.1158 kilometers. And to 1 decimal place, we'll get 73.1 kilometers. So this is how we can solve for our distance qx. Let us see how we can get a bearing, all right? For we to get the bearing, we are going to get the bearing at x, all right? How do we get a bearing? Bearings are taken from the North Pole in clockwise direction. So from here to here, that is the bearing of Q from X. So this is our Q. The line joining Q and X is this. So the bearing will be taken at X. That is the origin, all right? So first of all, we need to find this angle here. So let me put alpha here. And doing that, I'm going to use the sine rule. So using the sine rule, all right? How do we use the sine rule? It's simple. Now, this angle that I'm looking for, I have to take each line into consideration. So we say the line, which is line QP, all over sine alpha. After picking that, you are going to pick a line that you know the distance and you also know the angle the line is facing. Therefore, we know line QX. All right? Sine the angle is what? 105. So we are going to do our substitution now. So QP is 36 all over sine alpha equal to our distance, that's 73.1158 all over sine 105. At this level, we are going to do cross multiplication, all right? So this will multiply this. So we have, that is 73.1158 sine alpha equal to 36 sine 105. Therefore, making sine alpha the subject. So sine alpha will be equal to 36 sine 105 all over 73.1158. So sine alpha, we are going to divide it. And when we divide this, we'll get 0.47, let's say to 4 decimal place, 4756. All right? So alpha will give us sine inverse 0.4756. So alpha will give us 28 point, let's say to 3 decimal place, so we can say 28.398 degrees. So that will give us this angle here. But don't forget, we are looking for this angle. Now, this 45 here will alternate to this angle here, which will be 45 degrees. Now, what can we do? The whole angle from here to here will be 180. And we are looking for from here to here. So we add a 45 to this, we subtract from 180. So we say that the bearing of that is Q from X will be equal to 180 degrees minus 45 plus 28.398 degrees. And when we subtract, we are having 106 point, let's say let's say 3 decimal place. All right. But we have the asked to leave our answer in 1 decimal place. So that will give us 106.6 degrees. So this is how we can answer question number 1. You can solve question number 2 to number 3 and put your answer in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.